Alrighty. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 6th episode of the Monday Weekend Wrap-Up. Yes, six episodes, and I think I'm slowly getting the hang of how to do this whole thing. Busy week of football we're going to get to tonight. Unfortunately, Cultured Leftfoot cannot join us as we in America had the time change. He hasn't had a time change yet. So we're going to figure out the scheduling in the next couple weeks to incorporate him as well in a couple shows here and there. But tonight we have Milothe1st and Hoff. Welcome to the show, guys. How you guys doing?
Good evening.
Great. This is Hoffspur, sorry. Hoff. Milothe1st and Hoff. Hoff is a content creator, football manager, streamer, YouTube. Milo, streamer, just recently killed an alien. Could you tell us quickly about how the ending happened? I missed it.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't played it, but what I will say is that game is that features in my good of the week, so we can get more in depth then if you want.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot of stuff to get to, actually. Trying a couple new things. Let's just take a quick look at the topics real quick before we get going. Just get the time ready. So we're going to take a look at Chelsea. A lot of stuff going on with Chelsea FC, Roman Abramovich. We have a amazing Champions League tie to talk about, Madrid versus Paris Saint-Germain. The Manchester United game versus a certain Tottenham. We'll get to that. We have an Arsenal game to talk about. And then we're going to try this quick hit review. So we're going to try to hit as many incidents around Europe. And we're going to try to do them quickly. You know, kind of a, not quite a debate, but yes, I'm for, against. Chat, you can let us know what you guys think as well. Then we got a lot of feedback from Start, Bench, Drop from last week. We're bringing that back for another episode. And we have a Who Dat Baby. We're going to take a look at some footballers as babies. And we're going to see if you can identify who they are. Some of them are tricky. So I have a couple clues, just clubs they've played for. Then we have a football memory, of course, and the weekly check-in. Is that a typo in football? We'll see. We'll see later. Okay. Let's just get started right away. The big one, Chelsea FC. After 19 years, Roman Abramovich has put the club up for sale in, quote, the best interest of the club following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. However, with the latest revelations, Abramovich's sale of Chelsea has been thrown into a bit of danger of not happening. Chelsea have been given a special license to continue with football-related activities, but the club can no longer offer new contracts to players or engage in transfer activity. What the hell is going on at Chelsea? Why don't you guys start it off, Hoff?
That's the question. Is what the hell's going on? It just seems like the government is trying to basically close money laundering avenues. If Abramovich just wanted to up and leave, he can't. I mean, he could, but it wouldn't be good for him, even though it's not a great situation. It's a mess. And I'm surprised the team's playing as well as they have the last couple games.
Yeah, we'll get to the team a little later as well. Milo, what are your thoughts on what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an uncertain time for Chelsea. Got the 3 points at the weekend against a Newcastle team that's been grinding out results to avoid the drop. Chelsea were the better team in that game. I watched a fair bit of it. Took till the 89th minute, though, to get the win. First time Newcastle failed to score since December, so 10 games ago against Man City. It will be interesting to see what comes of all this for Chelsea. I feel a tiny bit sorry for the fan base. Not that sorry. I feel a tiny bit sorry because you did have a moment where you changed football. Ownership change can be fantastic. We all know that, but you know, they won't have the kind of impact that Roman had when he came in. The new financial rules don't allow for that to happen anymore. You know, I know we got a couple of quick hit items on that as well. I'll wait for you to introduce those, Cart. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Chelsea. Interesting.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to hear from a Chelsea fan or two how they feel about it.
Oh, there you go. There's Waleed. Well, yeah. So basically, we can get to the quick hits in this section. Do you guys think Chelsea should suffer a point reduction for all the stuff going on with the sanctions and things like that? Because
I don't.
You don't think so?
I don't think a club, like the club as a whole, I don't think should be punished for what the owners have done politically. Let's face it, has led to this. I don't think the fans of Chelsea that have been there for over 100 years, I just don't think they should be punished for what the owner did. Sure, some sanctions and things temporarily whilst they figure it all out, I'm totally okay with. But I think long term, they're an institution of English football, and that shouldn't change really based on this.
Right.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I'd agree with that. It's just not I mean, the club itself, normally in like an administration situation, it's like club mismanagement of money, of different things. It's not the club that's done anything wrong. It's the guy that owns it.
Right.
So that it shouldn't really fall on them. But I agree, like temporarily until they get things figured out with the sale and all that, I think a pause is fine. And there's some uncertainty that comes with that. But I think that has to happen in order for a sale to go through eventually.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. With the quick hits on this page here, I'm supposed to provide the for opinion here. So I'm gonna say they should get a points reduction. They really should, because let's face it, if your owner is a scumbag, that money is dirty. You deserve a point reduction. That's it. You just do. All right, there you go. I did it. And Tito's saying, I feel sorry for the fans, but Chelsea wouldn't be who they are today or have the status they have without dirty money. They shouldn't, however, suffer any penalty for the owners. Interesting. And just a quick other thing. A lot of free agents at Chelsea, right? There's Rudiger, there's Christensen. Those are most likely gonna go through. Rudiger linked with I think Madrid, I believe, and Christensen has signed a pre-contract with Barcelona already. Who knows what else could change? There's talk of Jorginho moving back to Italy. Left wing, tinfoil hat. Thomas Tuchel moves to. Does Thomas Tuchel move to Manchester United? I heard a rumor about him moving. What do you guys think about that?
I put for this one, I think for him, and the United fans won't like me for saying this, right now, that's a step backwards for Tuchel, and I don't know that he would want to do that. I think a lot of it will depend on what happens with these sanctions, what happens with the new owners, and then when the new owners do come in, do Tuchel's visions align with theirs? I mean, it could easily be okay, we're going to stop this right here and I'm out. Right. It could be, okay, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to finance me, we're going to secure all the players, all the uncertainty. It's a massive job though, because it's got to be worrying for Chelsea fans. It really does.
Right. Yeah,
I don't think he should go. Well, I guess there's so much uncertainty. If they get hit with a points deduction, but they stay up, I mean, if the worst happens, they get relegated or something like that, or if they just cease to exist, obviously he'll leave. But if everything is as much as normal as it could be, I think he should stay.
Yeah, I think he'll ultimately stay. All right, well, I think we've talked. Let's just read a bit of chat here real quick. Abramovich is the only owner who did a bad thing, only one with dirty money. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what develops there, Waleed. Yeah, point reduction will give United top 4, which would be ideal. That would be ideal. We can only dream. It can happen. Or we win the Champions League, which is more likely, obviously. No. Okay. All right, let's move on. Next topic. We have a beautiful game in Madrid. Kareem Benzema scored a second-half hat-trick as Real Madrid progress to the quarterfinals of the Champions League at the expense of Paris Saint-Germain. After a great comeback at the Santiago Bernabeu in the second leg. Guys, what were your thoughts on the match there? Pretty exciting stuff. Hoff, why don't you go ahead?
That was a wild match. I am constantly surprised and not surprised that somehow it's a balance at how PSG find ways to not advance in the Champions League. I don't know how they manage to do it, and at the same time I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And I can't like come to terms with that in my head. With all the players that they have, it's incredible.
Milo, what did you think of the match?
Yeah, great win for Real Madrid. I feel like that was Kareem Benzema saying you don't need Mbappe. You know, like I feel like that's what was going through his. That's the message he was delivering. Although, you know, to be fair, I do believe, you know, Mbappe is the future for both Real and France as well. Sublime hat-trick in the second half to send them through. He capped that off with another 2 goals at the weekend against Mallorca as well. They're top of the league by 10 points now. And El Clasico looming on Sunday. Barca playing all right, but 15 points back. So things are looking pretty good for Real Madrid right now, to be honest. They got to be pretty happy with where they're at. Yeah.
And Hoff, PSG will reach the Champions League final within the next years. What do you think?
Yes.
You
just
think so?
Just because I mean, with all of that money, they're bound to find a way in. Tottenham made it to a Champions League final with like no money, literally no transfers made before. So, I mean, you can find a way to get there. I mean, knockout football is obviously tough, but I think that they could at least make it to the final. Winning it's going to be the issue.
I disagree. I think they're not going to make it. This is one of our quick hits, guys, by the way. New feature. I don't think they're going to make it because they've done this before against Barca a couple years back. Barca overturned like a 3-1 advantage or a 3-1 disadvantage at home. And I just think that Messi at this age, Neymar at this age, Mbappe moving, which is almost 100% certain, there's just no strong, solid foundation there. It's all built on money, and who knows, maybe even dirty money. And
I said no to this as well. By the way.
Oh, I have you. Okay.
Yeah. Did I not put that in the sheet?
No, all good.
What? I'm sorry.
Right, sorry. Go ahead.
I said no because their domestic league, I think, is too easy. With only a few tough games a season, like they just don't build that extra oomph they need, even with an amazing squad. And that squad is several pieces are about to move, I think. So I can't see it happening.
Yeah. Anyways, it might happen. And last one, Kareem Benzema is the most complete forward of the last 10 years. Milo, you agree with this?
I can see an argument for and against, really, for this one. There are a lot of plays you could bring up, but I mean, 408 appearances, 214 goals. That's if my stats are correct. France's highest career goal scorer, like in football, with 412. Right foot, left foot, headers. He's done it and won it all. I'd be surprised if Hoff doesn't say Harry Kane this, but the lack of winners' medals maybe a reason.
Or 10 years. No, but I mean, if I don't know, in 5 more years maybe, but no, I think Benzema is incredible. It's not just his finishing prowess, it's how I feel like multiple times a season there's a Real Madrid goal that I see that isn't him scoring, it's him creating a goal for Vinicius, for Rodrigo, for Modric. And his ability to play with his back to the goal, I think, is one of his most underrated abilities.
Yeah, he is pretty good. All right, we're going to move on to... Oh, let's quickly take a look at chat here. Rans versus Messi, the perennial choke artist. Benzema keeps saving Madrid's ass for the next 20 years. Jeez. PSG went to the finals 2020 and semis in 2021. Yeah, now it's round of 16 again. Anyways, Farmers League, Valkyrie. Great point. All right, let's move on to a certain Manchester United Tottenham match. Cristiano Ronaldo scored a sensational hat trick as United briefly returned to the top four, after beating Tottenham Hotspur 3-2 at Old Trafford on Saturday. Ronaldo took his goal tally to 807 in professional football, and that is an all-time FIFA record. Milo, did you catch any of the game?
I watched the whole game, yeah. I thought it was a great game from a neutral point of view. I'm sure you two will have more to say on it. A great performance from CR7, which fans needed, but he really needed. I'm still not sure if that's what we should expect from him week in, week out, though. I still don't think the Prem is, I think he's a little too... If he plays on his own up front, I think it's too hard. Tottenham seem determined to let him do his thing, though. As well as Ronaldo's record, interesting one was United have won 400 home games at Old Trafford in the Prem now. First team to reach that milestone. So I thought that was quite interesting as well.
And to add to that... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go on. No, go for it.
23 of those have been against Tottenham. That's the most that's the most any side has beaten another at home in the Premier League.
Yeah. And to touch on Spurs at the end of my little jargon there, Spurs, they've lost 5 of the last 8. Can't be happy about that. Not where they need to be. And for me, I don't think Conte's it. Maybe something's not right there. That's for sure. Something's not right.
Hoff, what'd you make of the game?
It was fun until it wasn't. Yeah, it was. Milo nailed it. They were content with just taking everyone else out of the game other than Ronaldo, and sometimes it would work. If it was, I don't know, if that game was a month ago, it might have worked. It obviously didn't this weekend. I thought it was Bentancur's worst game so far in a Tottenham shirt. I thought he's been slightly above average so far in the few matches he's played, but he was just giving the ball away like it was his job on Saturday, and it was really annoying because I have higher expectations than that, obviously. But yeah, it was, and also I'm really disappointed in Son. He's so streaky, and it's so frustrating. If he wasn't streaky, he wouldn't be at Tottenham, basically. And it's frustrating. So if he's a consistent player, he's not at my club. So right. I'm tired of him.
I thought it was a really good game. It was a good spectacle. Spurs didn't I don't think they collapsed or anything. It wasn't like I don't think it was like a type of. It wasn't so Spursy as I've, a new term I've heard. It was just a good game. Obviously, I'm happy with the result, so it's pretty easy for me to say. But I think Ronaldo needed that game. He really needed that game. So I've had given up all hope on United, and now he's just given me a tiniest sliver, and I'm honestly not expecting anything from him because. At his age, the way he's moving around the pitch and stuff, it just doesn't seem like, you should heave those types of expectations on him. Couple things in chat. Ronaldo's definitely the problem. I think we need to trade him to Arsenal. Wait, what is this dirty money talk I'm skipping? Did I skip something about dirty money, guys?
No, you read one of them out.
Okay. Both sides were average. Ronaldo was the difference. Yeah, I think so. Bentancur is trash. Yeah, Bentancur is an interesting signing. Fun fact about that game, Cristiano Ronaldo, at 37 years and 35 days, has scored the 49th hat-trick of his club career. 49. While he becomes the second oldest player in Premier League history to get a hat-trick after, can you guess who that might be? August 2003. Think of
Alan
old
Shearer.
It wasn't Alan Shearer. He played for United. He played for a couple other clubs as well.
Andy Cole?
Not Andy Cole.
Michael Owen.
Not Michael Owen. Anyone in chat? Van? Not. Sheringham is corrected on.
Teddy
Sheringham. 37 years also, but 146 days. So he's got him by about 100 days.
All right, we got a couple of questions in chat about why I'm going easy on Tottenham. I'm just trying to be respectful of our other guests here.
Yeah, I mean, it's gentlemen here. It's a gentlemanly conversation. We'll get to the quick hits. I don't know if you guys are on any opposite sides of the quick hits, but we'll see the fangs come out then. All right, here we go. Next topic. Oh my God. You like that? Oh my God. Okay. Our Arsenal. On to the Arsenal game. Andre Lacazette ended a 3-month goal drought as Arsenal surged back into the Premier League's top 4. Lacazette netted a second-half penalty to round off a comfortable 2-0 victory over Leicester City, making it 5 straight wins for the Gunners. Milo, unleash.
So important to get this win. A, to continue the run, but B, to give ourselves a little breathing room going into the Liverpool game on Wednesday. And when I say breathing room, I know people are saying we got a lot of breathing room. I'm not taking any of it for granted. Whatever we can get is good. I thought it was a great game. Ramsdale was fantastic. Made a real top-class save at 1-0 up. I was very happy about that. Odegaard, instrumental. He looks better and better every game. But I want to see that kind of performance against the top 4 side. Doesn't have to be against Liverpool on Wednesday, but I want to see it in some of those high-value fixtures. Nice goal for Partey. I thought it was good to see get him on the score sheet. Obviously, Leicester cannot defend corners to save their life. And then Lacazette, who's been really impressive. He doesn't get a lot of love. I've been really hard on him in the past. But he's playing that hold-up role so well since Aubameyang left. It's really helping the Sakas and the Odegaards create other things around him. And that's really been a positive for me. Top 4 looks extremely doable, but I'm not willing to go there until it's a no doubt. I'm just not. Summer transfers hinge on this. So 4th with 3 games in hand over 5th. It certainly looks good on paper.
Hoff, any thoughts on the game?
I thought it was a pretty good, entertaining game. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just his face. I love seeing Brendan Rodgers lose. I think he just has one of those faces, like when he tries to hide his anger, but he can't. But yeah, I agree. I like watching Lacazette. He's very similar to Benzema to me. I really like watching him, and I'm jealous of all the kids that are starting to produce. I wish that I wish that Spurs had some of that outside of Oliver Skip. But yeah, I thought it was a 2-0 is a professional performance. They took care of business.
Right. Tito says Leicester benched half their squad. Can't read too much into it. Nah, you never know. Arsenal's 3 games in hand. Arsenal's 3 games in hand are against Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs. Is that why you're kind of tempering your top 4 hopes, Milo, a little bit?
Yeah, those 3 games are the standout ones that are left, right? And everyone's waiting for us to slip up, and we haven't. And like I said, we bought ourselves some breathing room. So, yeah, out of those 3 games, you got a vulnerable Chelsea, Tottenham, again, a little bit vulnerable. You just don't know what you're going to get with them from week to week. And Liverpool are the team I'm most worried about out of the 3, but the other 2 are winnable games, I think, at this point.
Couple rumors. Serge Gnabry gave an interview. Arsenal fanhood has said they're wondering, Serge Gnabry going back to Arsenal is a good idea? Is it a good idea, Milo?
What I said about the Gnabry thing is my first instinct was no. But the more I think about it, we need more depth. Our bench is frighteningly inexperienced at times. Saka, if he came, Saka will play still. Odegaard and ESR will probably play or alternate. Martinelli, I think, wants to play number 9. He wants to be a centre forward. He's going to get a chance. He might be a backup to like a main guy if we sign someone else. But there will be room for Serge to come back on the wing. And then Pepe, I would still keep Pepe as a off-the-bench player because he's got some pace. He's got a spark. He can get you a goal here or there. And at the end of the day, for me, it's all about depth. You can't win the Premier League or compete on multiple fronts without quality depth. And it's something we haven't had for a long time.
All right. Hoffy, what do you think about that? So nobody did Arsenal.
I mean, that makes sense. You need depth. I just don't want him to come back there. That's basically it. It's simple.
Fair enough. Alrighty. Well, we have a big section coming up here. So, anything else to add? Let's just take a look. Tito, a Pep 2.0 is Arteta's new nickname, which I love. You know, I personally love that nickname. And
we're far more entertaining than City.
Absolutely, actually, you are. Absolutely. I 100% agree. Don't get me wrong, I'm secretly impressed with Arteta. He's taking a very average team of sulking adults and brought in a lot of youth, and he's getting results. Fair enough. Will it last? We don't know. True. Haaland is going to Arsenal. Oh, my goodness. Alrighty. Nabry starts for Arsenal. Don't get too cocky. All right, here we go.
I see that. Yeah, Iran going in hard there.
We've got an interesting section now. It's the quick hits, guys. New section, okay? Calm down, everyone. Relax. We're gonna try to go quickly through a bunch of things here. Let's see how long it takes. I'm gonna put a timer on, and I'm gonna put a little higher just to see how long it takes. We got a couple things to get to. All right, here we go. Last Tuesday night, Liverpool suffered a 1-0 defeat at home to Inter Milan, courtesy of a Lautaro Martinez thunderbolt. But Liverpool ended up advancing to the next round of the Champions League on a 2-1 aggregate. Alexis Sanchez's yellow card was the right decision. It was his second yellow, about 60th minute. Hoff, was it the right or wrong decision?
I think it was the right decision. I can see why some people don't, but I think if you're on a yellow card, you shouldn't be going in like that with your studs up. And Fabinho certainly helped. I mean, that's what he's there to do. So I think it was the right call.
Milo, what do you think?
I disagree. I don't think that should have been a yellow. I want to see refs take more approach to letting the game play out 11 on 11 where you can. And for me, that one right there could have been a final warning. The game was poised beautifully. And then that kind of kills the tie. And I wish we could figure that out a bit more.
All right. And Liverpool's defeat to Inter is a sign of burnout. Milo, what do you think?
I said a few weeks ago, I thought all the games, competitions, the African Cup of Nations, etc., might take its toll on Liverpool. So far, they've done a really phenomenal job of proving me wrong. But that loss against Inter shows they're beatable. Other teams are going to take note of that. And I hope that starts on Wednesday.
I think that Inter match was a classic a kick in the ass type of match that is gonna kick Liverpool in the ass, and now they're gonna kick on and defeat Arsenal on Wednesday and end up winning the league. Next one, also on Tuesday night, Bayern Munich recorded a 7-1 demolition of Salzburg at the Allianz Arena. Robert Lewandowski's hat-trick taking him past the 40-goal mark for the 7th successive season. Lewandowski is the best player behind Messi and Ronaldo in the last 10 years. Hoff, what do you think?
I don't. That would have him at third place. I don't think he's third. In the last 10 years, there have been 9 Ballon d'Ors, 4 Messi, 4 Ronaldo, and 1 Luka Modric. That's who I have as my third of just the last 10 years. I know beyond that, we're getting into Iniesta's, Xavi's, that stuff. But the last 10 years, I would put Modric at that third spot just because he's been so instrumental in 3 Champions Leagues and just pretty much Real Madrid dominance for the most part. I know them and Barcelona go back and forth.
Fair enough. Modric very consistent. Milo, what do you think?
I also I did disagree with this one as well. For me, there's not really. It's so hard. There's been Messi and Ronaldo, and then a bunch of other players, and like there's not been another standout. It's just that's the way football has been for a little while. There's phenomenal players, but just not standout players. And Lewandowski, I would like to have seen him play in some other leagues to really see what he can do.
You guys are both wrong. Lewandowski is definitely the third best player. He's played 434 matches, and he's scored 338 goals. That's 85% rate. He stays fit. He's won everything except the Ballon d'Or, which he was robbed of due to COVID. He was absolutely robbed. Scandal. He is 100% the best player behind Messi of the last 10 years, and Ronaldo behind the next 10 years. Moving on. Also, in Champions League, Manchester City move on to the next round. Sevilla edged out a 1-0 victory versus West Ham, increasing their unbeaten run against English sides to 7. At 1-0 down, David Moyes will lead West Ham past Sevilla to advance in the Europa League. Milo, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think they will. I think West Ham can turn the tie around at home. They're coming off the back of a win over Villa at the weekend. Yarmolenko and Fornals with the goals. Win before you play in Europe often helps you pump your team up. They're going to be playing at home. They'll need the Hammers fans loud and boisterous, which has never been an issue. So, yeah, I think they can turn it around.
I disagree. Sevilla had 22 shots, while West Ham only had 10 shots. They also had double the shots on target. Sevilla are a well-oiled machine in Europe. They will use that experience to defeat West Ham and David Moyes. No question about it. Moving on to the next row. We have a pair of midweek goals last Thursday. Bruno Guimaraes backheel to put Newcastle up 2-1, or Ruben Neves' Cantona-esque lob against Watford. What are you guys' favorites? Not really a debate, just a favorite here.
For me, it's the lob. I love a cheeky lob. It gives me Dennis Bergkamp vibes. I've always loved those kinds of goals. Look, the back heel was all right, and you guys can argue for it if you want. But to me, it's off a corner. The ball's headed back in. You just stick something out. You got a good chance of it going in. And that's to me, that's it. The lob for me. The lob oozes class.
Alrighty. Hoff, what do you think?
I do like Bruno's goal, but I'm also like a huge Bruno stan. So I'll admit that I'm a huge Bruno stan. But it reminds me of I don't even know what to call him, but Ibrahimovic kind of scores goals like that semi-regularly, where he just like puts his foot up in the air and kicks his heel backwards. It kind of reminded me of that. I'm just impressed when guys aren't looking at the goal and they still find a way to score.
Very good. Moving on. Also, we had Liverpool defeated Brighton with goals from Diaz and Salah. For the first goal, Mike Dean was correct. Mike Dean was correct in taking no further action against Sanchez when he fouled Diaz in the build-up to that goal. Hoff, what do you think about that one?
I didn't see this game. I was watching the highlights when I was studying for tonight. And I could not believe he didn't get at least a yellow. That blew my mind. I agree, no red. I'm okay with that because I do think he was trying to play the ball, and you're not supposed to red card a player that's playing the double jeopardy thing, whatever. I'm okay with that. I think that's at least a yellow card.
I think Mike Dean was absolutely correct. He's letting the game flow. It was an early goal. I have to argue for it, and that's it. All right, next one. Brentford recorded consecutive Premier League wins for the first time with a 2-0 victory over relegation rivals Burnley. Christian Eriksen provided the assist for Ivan Toney's late header in the 85th minute. Eriksen is now back to his best. Milo, what do you think?
I mean, look, it's nice to see him back playing footy, but that's it. He got an assist. I'm not going to wax lyrical about him. He's a good player. Is he the player he used to be? I doubt that very much, which is perfectly understandable given the fact that he died. So
what? Whoa!
That's
it. Yeah, he did. Hold on.
Yeah,
that's right. Hoff, go ahead.
I think he is on his way, on the ascendancy to being back. This move by Brentford was smart by them and smart for Eriksen. I mean, you can just see he was clearly one of their best players. That assist and the beautiful finish by Toney probably kept them up. I would be comfortable saying that kept them up. It'll help keep them up for sure. But especially if he keeps that level of service, Toney's just going to start scoring like it's nothing.
Fair enough. And we have another game. Chelsea defeated Newcastle. Jorginho assisted Havertz for Chelsea's late winner. Jorginho is underrated. Hoff, what do you think about that?
I think Jorginho is massively underrated because of FIFA. That's the only reason. Because he's not fast on FIFA. People they love Conte, they love Kovacic, and to be fair, he needs a midfield where guys will do most of the work for him so he can pick out a pass, so he can kind of move into more dangerous areas. He had that at Napoli too, with Zielinski, Fabian, those guys. He's a specialty player, I guess, is the best way to describe him, but I don't think he gets enough appreciation. Even though he got third in the Ballon d'Or last year.
Yeah, I think he got third because of Italy's tramps. Personally, I don't think he's underrated. I think he's right in there. I wouldn't say he's overrated, and I wouldn't say he's underrated. He's one of those guys that kind of just sets the pace. Classic Pirlo style Italian midfielder. I think he's right in there, but I'm not going to say he's overrated, but I'll say he's rated properly. I'll say. And let me there you go. There's Jorginho. And Leeds, last-minute winner versus Norwich, will trigger a series of results, saving them from the drop. Milo, what do you think about that?
No, last-minute winner against Norwich, who are down, right? It's a big 3 points, but they got games coming up against Wolves, Chelsea, Palace, City, Arsenal, and 2 relegation battles with Watford and Burnley. I'm not convinced they're going to stay up. I think they're going to go down.
All right, Hoff, what do you think?
I think performance-wise, they've looked better under Marsh, even though they've only got 1 win so far. But also, and I know it seems to be the theme when talking about relegation teams this year, I think there's 3 worse teams than them. So I think by default, they just won't go. They might be bad the rest of the season, but I don't think they'll be in the 3 really bad goodbye teams. I think they might be 4th or 5th.
Okay. A little out of order here. Wojciech Szczesny has now saved 3 penalties in a row in Serie A. First time in a while. Is he the best PK saver in football today? Milo, what do you think?
No. For me, it's Samir Handanovic. 38 penalties saved, 24 in Serie A alone. He has a save rate of 38.5% to be exact.
Oof.
So I think
tough to argue with that.
Yeah.
Hoff, what do you think?
I agree he's not the best. I would say, and I know it's probably recency bias, but I think Donnarumma is super intimidating when you're taking a penalty against him. You can see it in the Euros, and he's had a pretty good record. It's just you're stepping up against this kid that doesn't know any better, and he's huge. He's a massive human being. Yes. I think he's really intimidating.
Alrighty. Next one. Until the end of the season, Lukaku should start more matches than sit. He started on the bench. He's been starting on the bench. Hoff, why don't you go ahead first on this one? What do you think? Should he start more than sit?
I said no on this one just because, again, trying to catch those top spots. But I think for his own sake, he should. But also, he might be gone next year. I don't know why it's not working out exactly. I don't know if it's tactics or what. But I would be okay if he sat more than started the rest of the year.
Fair enough. Milo, what do you think?
Yeah, for me, I think it's got to be the Premier League. There's something about it that just doesn't sit right with Lukaku. He's never lit the world on fire in the Prem. Maybe it's just the league matches his physicality more. He can't use that presence as much as he can in Italy, for example. Either way, the money that they paid can only be seen as a bit of a waste. I mean, I'd love to get Waleed's take or another Chelsea fan on the Lukaku situation.
I can tell you why he should start. Lukaku should start almost every match. Lukaku is like a boulder, okay? You need to get him started. You need to get him comfortable. And once he gets going, he will bang in the goals, and no manager is giving him the chances that he deserves and to build the momentum. We've seen what he can do in Serie A. I know it's Serie A, it's a different pace, but he has it in him. They paid the high price tag, and he can score goals. So yeah, so he should start more. And last but not least, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm looking at some of the chat comments.
Oh yeah.
So if you see me laughing or smiling randomly, I'm reading the chat as we go. So throwing that out there.
And last but not least, yesterday, Barca defeated. Oh, we need to talk about one more after this. Barca defeated Osasuna 4-0. Ricky Puig's goal means a total of 22 Barcelona players have scored in La Liga. That's the most in the 21st century by one club. Did you expect Xavi to succeed like he is now? Milo, what do you think?
Like, he is doing well. Probably better than I thought he might. But then again, I didn't know. It's early, right? It's still hard to see where Barca will get back to the top with the financial restraints they're working within. The big one that pissed me off this week is how much Xavi's like, oh, I love Aubameyang. Big effing deal. Like, we loved him too at first, and he always gets off to a good start. But look how it ends. Look how it ends, Xavi. I'm telling you, it'll end with sour grapes.
You know, I did expect this. This is Barcelona. This is a footballing institution. You come in there, you win if you have the Barca philosophy and those players behind you. We've seen it in the past. One big name comes to mind, Pep Guardiola. Some say Pep Fraudiola. I don't know where that comes from. But, you know, he basically walks in to this Barcelona environment, and everyone acts like he had reinvented the wheel. No, Barcelona is La Masia. They train their kids from a very young age to play a certain way, and those are the players that style of player exists other places, but Barca produces them in large quantities. And for example, when Pep goes to Bayern Munich, he employs those same type of players, and when he goes to City, he employs those same type of players. You know, so this whole thing with Xavi I love it, and sure, I mean, they haven't really won anything yet, and I hope they can win the Europa League. I think they had a 0-0 draw in the Europa League, but we'll see what they can do. I'm not as surprised.
Greg says, why do you keep pulling Pep into everything? Greg, if only you knew how much Pep is discussed in the off live conversation.
Yeah, everyone needs to know how much Pep is discussed. You know, it's a point of. All right, and you know, I haven't had a chance to put it into here, but today, City, Crystal Palace, 0-0. Title race if Liverpool win on Wednesday, down to 1 point. What do you guys think? You know, what's going on? And did you guys catch any of that today? It wasn't on.
I wasn't able to catch it. I had a really busy day at work. You know, and when I saw it was 0-0, I'm like, I'll have a read on it later. Yeah, I mean, for Liverpool fans, they got to be super, super pumped about that. Soccer Talk can probably comment in the chat there. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be gunning for us, and we got a game to win as well. Wednesday could be a really good match. Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Hoff, do you have anything to add to that, or?
I just caught a little bit. Not so much for City, because sometimes they have these weird results that you don't really expect, especially away from home. Conor Gallagher's a hell of a player, and I'm really looking forward to see where he ends up next season.
He is a Chelsea loan? Or
yes.
Yeah. Nice. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens to all those Chelsea loans. Alrighty, and I think that covers about. I think that was a lot of news we covered there. Let's move on to the games. Let's move it on. We have the start bench drop. First up, Bukayo Saka, Riyad Mahrez, or Rafinha. Start, sit, or bench drop. Hoff, go ahead.
I'm gonna start Mahrez, bench Saka, and drop.
And drop Rafinha.
Drop Rafinha.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. I'm starting Saka, electrifying player at the moment. I'm benching Mahrez. I'll bring him on for Saka later, and Rafinha dropped.
Oof, alrighty. Next up, we have David Alaba, Joel Matip, or Antonio Rudiger. David Alaba, Joel Matip, and Antonio Rudiger. Start, bench, or drop?
I'll start Matip, bench Rudiger, drop Alaba.
Ooh.
Okay. I would start Rudiger, bench Alaba, drop Matip.
All right, drop Matip. Interesting. I threw Matip in there. I think he's had a great season. All right, next up. Frankie de Jong, Jorginho, or Marco Verratti. Jorginho, Marco Verratti, or Frankie de Jong. Jorginho of Chelsea, Marco Verratti of PSG, and Frankie de Jong of FC Barcelona.
I'll start Jorginho.
Ooh.
I'll bench I'll bench Verratti and I'll drop Dion.
Oh my.
This is a tough one. This is tough.
This is why you get paid the big bucks. You guys are the managers. I forgot to tell you.
I'm starting Jorginho just because I want to sub him off later with I'll sub him with Frankie off the bench and drop Verratti.
Okay. Drop Verratti. Interesting. Next up, Alvaro Morata, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, or Lukaku. Lukaku, Morata, Aubameyang.
Start Oba, bench
Ooh.
Morata, drop Lukaku.
Oh my God. Hoff, what do you think?
I agree with that one. That's what I have.
Alrighty. Oh, drop Luke. Okay, yeah, okay, fair enough. I guess we could make an argument for what league we're playing in. Anyways, next up, a couple holding midfielders: Xhaka, Fred, or Holberg. Xhaka, Fred, or Holberg. Holberg, I think Holberg's a little slept on. What do you guys think? Xhaka, Fred, or Holberg?
I'm gonna start the Swiss David Batty, Granit Xhaka. I'm gonna bench Fred, and I'm gonna drop Kjellberg for obvious reasons.
I'll probably start Højbjerg.
Oh,
I'll bench Xhaka.
Oh man,
and I'll drop Fred.
You bent? Oh my God.
I
need that grit on the bench.
Well, he says I'd start Fred all day. Oh,
I saw
but
that.
then he says lol after. No, wait, so that mean? Anyways. Okay. Next up, we have Heung-min Son, Raheem Sterling, or Leroy Sané. Heung-min Son, Sterling, or Sané.
Half like this. I start Son out of those three all day long. Start Son. I'll bench Sane just to be outside the Premier League, and then I'll drop Sterling. Sorry.
All right. Hoff, what do you think?
They're all three super streaky to me. But I think I'll start Son. Start Son, bench. Oh. I'll bench Sterling.
Oh,
and
interesting.
Drop Sane.
And the final one, David De Gea, Hugo Lloris, or Aaron Ramsdale.
I knew that was coming.
Aaron Ramsdale.
On current form, Ramsdale starts. De Gea on the bench. Lloris dropped. On current.
What do you think, Hoff?
I can't disagree with that.
No.
I want to, but I can't.
Yeah, that's fair. It's interesting to see the new generation of goalkeepers coming through. Yeah, nice. I think, would you guys give him a job? I don't know. Would you guys, chat, would we give Hoff or Milo a job here? I'd start Sterling so he can dive enough to give me pens. Ramsdale dropped to the Korean leagues. Oh my God.
Oh, Valkyrie.
Oh, missed this earlier. About the Palace game. Palace didn't over-respect City. Arsenal match is even more massive than before. Oh, man. This is a big match for Arsenal. Anyways. All right, moving on. We have babies. Guys. Babies. We got babies to talk about.
Why got to be babies, man? I got 2 of them coming in June.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
The Xenomorphs.
More babies on the screen.
Who is this footballer? This is okay. He's English. He's English. Kevin De Bruyne is incorrect. Lewandowski,
Harry
no.
Kane?
No. He began his career at Sunderland. He went to Coventry on loan. Let's see if we'll give chat some time here. It's not Foden, not De Bruyne. Jordan Henderson is correct. Very nicely done.
Okay.
Wow. Well done,
Very nicely done, Tito.
Well done.
The Xenomorphs. Next up, you might be able to get this one. Sorry, I don't have I should share my screen. Who is this footballer?
David Beckham.
It is not David Beckham.
Really?
I'm gonna take a second before saying clues here, because I know who it is, so it's like Michael Owen. Joe Hart is correct, Tito.
Oh, nice one, man. He's on
very
it.
nice.
Really good at this
killing
game.
He's killing it.
Kudos.
Started at Shrewsbury Town, Manchester City, many loans, then Burnley, Tottenham, and currently at Celtic.
Greg got it as well.
Greg got it as well. Nice one, Greg. Nice one. This is actually extremely tough. The only thing I could say is the head shape is similar. I don't know, actually.
Jack Wilshere.
It's not Jack Wilshere. He is a center back. I'll give you that. He started at Villa. And he went to... It's not Harry Maguire. He went to Bolton.
Is that Gary Cahill?
That is Gary Cahill.
Wow.
Bolton, Chelsea, Palace, and now at Bournemouth. Eric Dyer. No. All right, next one. Can you guess this child player? This player started his career at Southampton. He's currently still playing in the Premier League. He came on as a substitute on the weekend.
Shoot.
He's played for 3 clubs: Southampton, a club, and another club, which he played for on the weekend. Kane is incorrect.
No.
That kid looks like he's in a murder movie. He does kind of look kind of scary. He has a double letter in his last name. In Spain, his name might be mispronounced. It's a double L. Lallana is correct, Greg. Adam Lallana. So these are all English, guys. Hint. These guys are all English. I think this is some.
This is
okay.
This is tough.
This is actually really tough. It is tough. But we got. I have to give you clues quickly because we're running.
Yeah.
We're getting close to that time. Who is this English footballer? Pele is incorrect. He's only played for 1 club.
Oh. Only played for 1 club. Not a goalie, is it? No, like.
Saka? No,
Rashford.
Saka. Oh, Walid said Rashford. Rashford is correct.
That is correct. Rashford? Wow.
That's Marcus Rashford, apparently. Apparently.
Well done, Walid. Well in.
There we go. If I tell you this player's first club, it'll give it away. You guys ready? Sporting Lisbon.
That's Eric Dyer.
That's Eric Dyer. That's correct. Can you guess this footballer?
Chris Smalling?
Chris Smalling is correct.
Yeah.
He started at Maidstone United, then Fulham United, now Roma.
Yeah, if I cover the hair, like
you kind of see it.
The eyes down, yeah, you can see it Smalling for sure.
It does look like Smalling. Who is that? Who's this baby? Ooh, Elonga is shut.
It's got to be Waza.
Rooney?
How do you guys know it's Wayne Rooney from that?
Look at those ears. That's Shrek.
Yeah, the ears.
Oh,
for sure.
the ears.
Yeah,
It is Wayne Rooney. I was like, dude, this one's gonna
I think I've seen that picture in the paper or something years ago.
Okay. Everton, United, Everton. Then DC United, Derby County, where he's the manager. This one I think you guys can get.
Ellie.
Yeah, Dele Alli.
Dele Alli is correct. R9.
Oh, no.
R9.
And
I wish.
last but not least, we have
There he is.
Harry Kane.
what? I think he's wearing a
In his favorite Dreamcast
his-
Arsenal kit.
Dreamcast Arsenal kit, Harry Kane.
He actually went for the Freddie Ljungberg hair at one point, didn't he, as well?
Mm-hmm.
He did. He did.
The red streak. Yeah, that's
Wow.
funny.
Nice one. Okay. Nice. Not bad. That's the game section for this week.
All right.
Pretty nice. Let's move on to the next section. We have a football memory. No, that is not a typo, folks. Oh, what the hell? Hold on one second.
There you go, Wally.
That is not a typo, folks. That is not a typo. Food. Rub your belly and think of a football memory. Tell me something about a food you ate during a match, around a match, before a match, during a match, outside a match. Football food. Hoff, why don't you go ahead?
So this was between matches. I was in England in 2007. I went to Manchester for Spurs Man City Carling Cup game. It was then, and then took the train back the next day. And Liverpool Chelsea were playing in the Carling Cup the next day. So on the train back, up until kickoff of Liverpool Chelsea, I didn't eat anything. Chewing, I just drank Foster's. So that was my food. And honest to God, I have not touched a Foster's since, and that's been 15 years.
Jeez. Australian for beer. Did you guys have that commercial in England, Milo? Foster's, Australian for beer.
Yeah, we had lots of different Foster commercials. Yeah.
That was the famous one in the States. It was just always Australian for beer. All right. Sorry.
They don't drink it either. It's quite amusing.
That's what I hear too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't play.
For me, it's Champions League nights at Highbury. There was a lovely cafe that we used to walk to. I kind of touched upon it a couple of weeks ago on a memory where we would stop on those Wednesday night games. Stop there because it's after work. You get the train and then you're hungry, and we used to grab a coffee and a bacon sandwich, and they did bacon sandwiches on like bacon and egg on doorstop bread, which is basically just regular bread cut about 3 times thicker slices. So they call it a doorstop sandwich. So yeah, it's just a big old, and you could get sausage, bacon, egg, whatever you wanted in it, but I used to usually just get bacon and a little bit of brown sauce or ketchup in there. Nice coffee, probably back then about 6 sugars, and then go watch the game. And I loved it. It was only when we moved to the Emirates, my route to the Emirates changed slightly, and not for the better, really. Yeah, so I missed out on that. There was another cafe, but it was a much busier place, and it was like more of a sit-down joint. So we used to go there sometimes on the weekend if we weren't in the pub. But yeah, that cafe back in the day was awesome. Loved it.
Bacon, egg, doorstop sandwich, or doorstop bread sandwich. Would it be toasted or no? Like it would be dry bread.
You could probably ask for it toasted.
Okay.
This was before sourdough and all that shit. It was just white or brown.
Okay.
You know,
Gotcha. Valkyrie says, I had a great McDonald's while watching Man U versus Spurs. There you go. Very nice. Waleed, it's obvious pizza and chicken wing. Oh. 6 sugars, what are you trying to die quicker? Okay, there we go. And last but not least, guys, our weekly check-in. We do it every week. Give me your best, worst quote of the week, and we can take a look at some things coming up. Hoff, give me a highlight of the week.
Best, I've got a double dip. Jesse Marsh's first win at Leeds, and Andrei Yarmolenko's goal and the ensuing reaction after that.
Oh yeah, that was good. Milo, your best of the week.
Best of the week, completing Alien Isolation in VR.
Oh, there we go.
On hard difficulty, start to finish. The game's a masterpiece. If you're an Alien fan, it's a must-play. It's been out since 2014. I can't believe I waited this long to play it, to be honest, because I do like the movies. It was so good. So good. And very jump scary. Yeah, really good time.
In VR as well, right? Yeah, so that's...
It was, yeah. I played it in VR, yeah.
Fun. Very nice. Low light of the week, worst of the week. Milo, why don't you take this one first?
Yeah, for me, Drive to Survive. You guys know I'm a massive motorsports fan, a big Formula One fan. You know, Lando Norris came out today and said there's a bit specifically in the show talking about him and Daniel Ricciardo's teammate rivalry, and they're really playing it up to the point where Lando said this today publicly. They said that I'm yelling, he pushes me off. That soundbite is taken from a different race against a different car altogether.
Wow.
And I think a lot of the drivers are getting pissed off with it. Verstappen's already said he won't talk to them. Hamilton won't talk to them now. Lando's pissed off at them now. I think it's going to become an issue for Netflix if they're not careful.
On that, you want to just talk about that? Have you been watching Drive to Survive? I've seen 2 episodes so far. Hoff, have you watched any?
Yeah, I've been watching it. They did that with Signs and Lando too. In season 3?
Yeah.
Kind of like manufacturing drama.
That's what it seems like. They're just trying to manufacture. They're trying to start some shit, you know?
Yeah.
I have to step back from it a little bit because, look, I watch every race. I listen to F1 podcasts. I read a lot of F1 articles. I get my F1 media and I know exactly what's going on. Drive to Survive is very bright lights, and for people that are casuals, have fun with it. But for me, I'll watch it because I do love to see more and hear the cars more. I like to see and hear from the drivers, especially some of the newer ones, just to get a bit about them. But the drama side of it, like take that and piss off. Like I'm done with that.
I completely agree. I've only seen 2 episodes, and it was just like I verbally said, ugh. Like when something happened, I was like, oh, like what do they, you know, like then they cut to these angles of people talking really close to their face and saying 2 words, you know, and then they cut to something else. It's really
they think we're so dumb. There are literally moments where they're like, we're in Monza, and then they do a clip of a pit lane from somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that.
It's like, what the fuck? We're not stupid.
I bet that stuff annoys you. I guess I don't. They got me there. You know, they get me because I don't know the pit lanes exactly. But yeah, if they're doing that, then that's like that. Yeah, I could see that. Hoff, your worst of the week.
My worst. I'm torn between 2. I think my worst was Eddie Howe's post-match press conference.
Yeah. Good point.
When the a journalist, I don't remember who, asked him what his thoughts were about all the executions that had just happened in Saudi Arabia, and he said, "I'm still upset from the result. I can't think about that," or something. Just like completely blew it off, and it proves that sports washing works, which is
sports washing.
Another thing for another day.
Yeah, absolutely, and I do want to talk about that at some point. That's a new term I heard of. I didn't know that term. Is it basically like? Is it like what? Do you guys know what sports washing is, by chance?
I don't
know off the top of my head. I don't want to miss. But what it seems like is like,
yeah,
you know, what it seems like is like something like, you know, a club buys owners buy a club. And the
all employees under them are brainwashed by by anything the owner does. Kind of like when Luis Suarez's racist thing happened. Liverpool stood by Suarez because he's an asset to Liverpool. He's important to their season. He's cost a lot of money. You can't fumble this player. It's a big money situation. And if you say what you feel, you're gonna lose that asset and his value. And you have to kind of, they wore the shirts and everything. And it has hints of that. I don't know if that's what sports washing is. But.
It's an easy way to get an army of sympathizers.
Right. Yeah, interesting.
Like, be it the fans or employees or whatever, because they live and die by the club. Right. I mean, we all kind of do to an extent, not live and die. That's probably too extreme. But, I mean, they can ruin your day or they can make your day great. And when there's other external stuff that's related with that, it's so hard to, compartmentalize, I guess.
Yeah, interesting point though. That's a good low light of the week. Mixing sports and politics is a bad idea, but the cat is out of the bag now. Fair enough. That's interesting. Did Liverpool get sanctioned? No, did Newcastle get sanctioned? I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. That might be a topic. More stuff will probably come up over the next week or so. So maybe we'll get to it next week. Quotes of the week. Hoff, why don't you take this one first?
I haven't used it yet, but it's one of my favorites. If someone doesn't have a good attitude or behavior, I prefer to kill him.
Damn.
From Senor Antonio Conte about players that train poorly.
That is Conte. Jesus.
Wow, that's a good one. I like that one.
No, that's English is his first language, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Mine has got to be, I was going to go with a good one, but I'm going to go with an old classic. Gennaro Gattuso. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Classic. Is that a reference to is that a foreshadowing Wednesday's match here?
Look, man, I said it in the Arsenal section. We have some breathing room. I'm not concerned. It's a much bigger game for Liverpool than it is for us, I think.
True. And there's the rumors of Salah being injured now. Did you hear about those? That'll be last time you played them. They didn't have Salah or Mane, so you never know. Speaking of what's upcoming this week, tomorrow we have Champions League, Atletico versus Manchester United, second leg. We have Arsenal Liverpool on Wednesday, Chelsea Lille. Anything else? Anything you guys? Juventus Villarreal. What's the other game tomorrow? I can't remember off the top of my head. Anything else you guys are looking forward to this coming week on the weekend?
Just Wednesday, really, for me. I'm excited for that game. I got to make sure I plan my work day well enough that I can sneak it in.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's about it.
Ajax Benfica. That's right. Sorry. That's Ajax Benfica's. I think level as well. Anything you guys want to plug coming up? Any races or FM?
Yeah, I mean,
stuff?
we're underway with the Pint season 8. We did round 1 yesterday, but there was an issue with the pit stop window, so I think they're potentially going to scrap that one. So week 2 is at Zolder next Sunday. Looking forward to that. This week's streaming plans might try out the Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS5. See what that edition's like. Might try that out early this week. Apart from that, I'll be starting something else in place of Alien next weekend on my playthrough kind of stream. So probably maybe revert back and try and finish Hitman, the Hitman series I started.
There you go.
And then a bit of NHL, bit of this, that, and the other. Yeah.
Is Grand Theft Auto only for PS5?
No. I mean, it's
no,
out.
I mean the new one, the new thing. Yeah.
It's releasing next gen, so they've released it on PS5 and Xbox Series X.
It's free, right? It's the online version is free. Chad, get it. We'll all play maybe next Monday after the show or something. I don't know.
Start a footy.
Yeah,
game.
Yeah, we'll go on there and beat up some people on the street. And
We'll play. We'll play
Hooligans.
Newcastle owners versus Chelsea owners. You know, we'll make gangs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else coming up, Hoff, for you this week?
Still plugging away on my Cup Collector YouTube Football Manager series.
Nice.
We qualified for the Copa del Rey final, and we're about to clinch La Liga, so hopefully 2 cups added on to our total. And the only other thing, on Twitter this week, I'm going to be live tweeting Golden Tee. I don't know if you know what Golden Tee is. It's like a arcade game where there's like a trackball.
I used to love that game.
Wait,
what is it? What's Golden Tee?
It's like an arcade game. It's like a stand-up arcade game, and there's like a trackball, and that's how you like do your backswing and your swing.
Oh,
and it's
Golden Tee like golf. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
They used to have it in the pubs in England for a while, and
nice.
you could play online against like scores from other pubs as well. Really
on
good.
Twitter, you're going to be streaming that.
No, I'm going to be live tweeting it. So
cool.
My father-in-law and I, we always go to a bar to watch March Madness basketball, and there's always like 3 or 4 middle-aged white dudes that aren't watching the game. They're just pounding Michelob Lights and playing Golden Tee. So I just live tweet their reactions to Golden Tee, and it's
nice.
The most fun I have all year.
Nice, man. I didn't set up your shout-outs in the timer again. I missed it last week. But guys, check him out. Hoffspur and Milothe1st.
See Diogo there asking about WWE 2K22, which has been released. Like, I used to really enjoy those games, and I would play it if they brought back the ability to add custom music. That's something they took away. It's still not back. You can get it on PC, but it's not fully next gen on PC. If they brought that back, I would play it because I would download all the created wrestlers from like yesteryear and give them their authentic music, and then I would play it. But without that, I have no idea what's happening in modern wrestling.
Right. Cool, yeah. I used to play, I think it was on the N64. It was like Raw versus
SmackDown versus Raw,
SmackDown versus Raw, yeah.
I used to play all those, dude.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times, man. Yeah, we had the multi-tap on the PS2. We used to do a Royal Rumble and smoke and drink, and it was fun.
Good times. Anything else you guys like to add?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, with that, we'll wrap up this week's weekend wrap-up. Tried a couple of new things tonight. Timing was pretty decent. We blew through it. I don't know if you guys know. I think some things. Anyways, we can talk about that a little later. Thank you guys again for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Adios.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's the show. You know, that's the show, guys. Thank you for joining. We tried a couple of new things. We tried a quick rapid fire section. It was pretty fun, pretty good. I thought it was good. By the way, that's John Legend in the corner of the screen. This the weekly check-in used to be called Legend of the Week, Beef of the Week, and Quote of the Week. So there's a picture of John Legend. I am. I'll stay on for a little bit. I don't want to go too late. Spicy chip time. Thank you for reminding me, Mara. Guys, this is the original intention. Where is it? When I made this spicy chip goal, the original intention was this chip. I thought I was getting one of these. But I did not, and I got a bag of chips. I've since finished all the chips, actually. I've been eating a lot of... I've recently gone vegetarian, and I'm eating a lot of beans. I'm trying to cook beans.
And so I crushed up all those chips and put them into I made like a chili. But now I have this. So next month, I think I'm going to make a sub goal. And when we hit the sub goal, we'll be doing the 1 chip challenge. This is like the one that I need to actually get prepared for and scared. And yeah, this one's going to be tough. Carolina Reaper and Scorpion Pepper inside 1 extremely hot tortilla chip. This is the 2021 vintage. So that'll be fun. But we'll do another time. It was fun. Next time we need a Man City fan and a real Arsenal fan. It was a real Arsenal fan. Yeah, we can talk more about the show, but I will cut it here. Thank you for watching on the VOD on YouTube. Come check out the Twitch channel when you get a chance. Bye-bye. All right. That should give me enough space to cut it.